Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a tutorial. I'm going to show, it's a crochet tutorial. I'm going to show how to do these coasters. I have shown a similar one to this all in white, but it didn't have this little green bit around here. So I'm just going to show how I do these. I have put these up on my Etsy shop and I've already sold a set on there, so I have to do another set to replace that one. So I'm going to show you how I do this. So for this tutorial I'm going to show how to do this coaster, and just to show you what else you can do with this pattern, there's one in how to change the colours around. Like that side and that side. Just the different variations of the colours, different colourways, and that is exactly the same pattern, only it's done all in one colour, and the only difference is it hasn't got this little bit here. It went straight from the petals here to the little wavy edge. But I'm going to show how to do this one. So I'll shift these out the way. Start off with 3 colours I have here. This is paint box. The paint box yarn that Carol sent me. And it's a 50-gram ball. And it has 125 meters, 100% cotton. And the white one here was done with Mariner's mercerized cotton, and this is a 100-gram ball. But this only has 201 meters, so there's a lot less in length in the Mariners than there is in the paint box. Actually, don't know whether it's to do with being mercerized, whether it's something else to do, but anyway, I'm starting off with this, and I have a 4mm. Not sure whether you can see the side, but it's a 4mm. This is my old Aero crochet hook. I've tried all those modern ones with the what I call the handles on, the extra things and that, and I always end up back on this one. I have quite a few of these, but this is my 4mm one. Pair of scissors you'll need, and a needle with a large eye. So to start, I'm going to make the magic circle, and that is just wrapping around 2 fingers like that. Put the hook under and bring the through like that, and do a 1 stitch to hold it, and then I'm going to do 8 double crochet. I'm using the English terms here because I get mixed up with the American terms, but this is double crochet. So I'm going to do 8 into this circle. It's 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it's called a magic circle because you can pull it tight like that. And that end there I will stitch in afterwards. That's your magic circle. And you're going to go into the first stitch, slip that stitch, make 1 chain, and then you're going to do 4 double crochet into that same stitch that you've just joined with. So we'll put the yarn over the hook, pull through 2, so you're doing half triple crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches on the hook. Put the yarn over and pull through all those 5 stitches, and that's your first petal in there. And then you make 1 chain, put the yarn over the hook, you go into the next space from the double crochet that you did, and you do 4 half triple crochets again into that stitch. 2, 3, that's 4, and that's your 5 stitches on the hook again. You pull through all those 5 stitches, 1 chain, and the same again in each stitch, those 8 stitches till you've got 8 petals like that, and I will meet you at the end of that row. So I've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's my 8 petals around the magic circle, and now I'm going to join to the first petal, and you find the stitch here, the nearest stitch to the space, that's your next space there, and the nearest stitch to that over the top of that is that one there. So you go into that stitch and you slip that stitch through, make 1 stitch, cut the yarn off, and that's your first round, and then take and pull it tight, and that pulls the center in. You just leave that until you come to sew it up. But I'm going to work this edge into this piece here to get rid of the edge. Now this is how I get rid of my ends instead of having to sew them all in afterwards. I put the hook into each stitch around here, into the back of the stitch. You have the whole stitch here, go into the back of the stitch so it comes out on the wrong side, and just slip the yarn over the hook. I've made this a little bit longer than what I normally do, but it's just to show. Yeah, I'll probably cut that little bit off because I don't need it all the way around. And now I'm going to put in the next colour, which will be red. So I'll get rid of the green. I'll find my end, pull some of it out. Now I'm going to make a slip knot. Just wrap it round, just a short slip knot, you don't need a lot. Just wrap it round your finger, make a loop, and then you can start anywhere on this round. You work into one of the space, you put the hook through the space, pull it through, make one chain. That's a start. Now what I do to get rid of this end, the same as what I did with the green, take it round the outside of each stitch until it disappears. Even though it's a different colour, it won't be seen through your work. Just carry on going around the then go back to your loop that you started with. And then it's yarn over the hook. You go into that first space and do like I did on the green one. You're making 4 times into that space, half triple crochets to make the petals. That's 2, 3, that's 4. You have 5 on the hook, bring through all 5, make one chain and yarn over the hook and into the same space again, do another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then pull through all 5, one chain, yarn over the hook, go on to the next space and do the same again in that space. It's 1, pick a bit of the green, 2, 3, 4, and that's 5 on the hook. Pull through all those 5, one chain, yarn over the hook, into that same space again. Keep working in that little end that's left where you joined in the yarn. That's 5 on the hook, yarn over the hook and pull through all 5 stitches, one chain, and do that in every space. So you're doubling from the row before, so you're doing 2 in each space instead of 1. And I will meet you at the end of that row. That's that round. Whoops, I'm knocking my hook there. It's that round finished, and I'm going to join it to the nearest stitch to the space, which is this one here. A little bit tight. Just slip a slip stitch through and then cut off the yarn, tighten it up, and like I showed before, go through each stitch till all the leftover yarn is taken up. Takes a few seconds. It's a little bit better than having to sew them all up afterwards. So that's that. And if you look, you can't see where those colours have been joined in before. Now I'm going to do the cream. Take some out of the to start with. The same as before, make a short end. You don't want a long end here. Make a slip knot and start anywhere. I usually start opposite. That's where I've finished putting the end in. I'll start on the opposite side and start not between the group of two, but between this space between the two. And pull that through. The same as before, just make a chain, pull it through, and then put the tail end of the yarn through the loops, through the stitches that you made, a little bit through. And then just pull a little bit slack to take some of the slack off. And pull it through all 5. And then 1 chain and do the same again into the same space. Pull through all 5, 1 chain, and then you go on to the next space, but this time we're just doing 1 lot of 4 into this. Let's pull through all 5, 1 chain, and then go on to the next space. And you're doing 2 lots of, oops, I haven't put the over the hook, yarn over the hook. And we're doing that twice into the spaces. Pull through all 5, 1 chain, and another 4 into that same space. And pull through all 5, 1 chain, and then 1 lot of 4 into the next one. Pull through all 5, 1 chain, and repeat that all the way around. So it's 2 lots of 4, 1 lot of 4, 2 lots of 4, and 1 lot of 4. So it's 2 and 1, 2 and 1 all the way around. And I'll meet you at the end of that round. And then join to the chain nearest the space. And pull that slip stitch through. And then cut off the tight knit and do what what I've done with all the other rounds. So that's the last of the rows of the petals. Now we're going to use the green again. This is a bit different, this row. Do the same again. Make a slip knot. Join anywhere. I usually go, that was where I joined the tail end on. I usually go the opposite end. Go into the space with the hook. Pull the slip knot through. And pull that green through the back of the stitches again. And join onto the and now we're going to do just double crochets around this row, and you do one into the space and one into the next stitch. One into the next space, one into the next stitch, one into the next space, one into the next stitch. So it's space, stitch, space, stitch, space, and stitch. And I will meet you at the end of that round. And now I'm joining the last stitch. Cutting off the length of the yarn again. And that's that round. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 5 rounds done, and I'm going to work that green bit into the that last little bit's hard to get a hold of. I just give it a little bit stretch to pull it through. I'm going to join the yarn, the red yarn, and this is the last round. Another slip stitch, I'm joining that one on now, and I'm going to do 3 chain out again and join the yarn in again like before. This I just pull that tight a little bit. Right, and back to the stitch. So we're going to do another 2 triple crochet into that same space. It's a full triple crochet, not a half one. That's into that space, and then you count 1, 2, miss 2 spaces, go on to the third one and slip that stitch through. Do 3 chain and then 2 more triple crochet into that same space. And then you miss 1, 2 stitches, go on to the third one, slip stitch, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 2 more, triple crochet into that same stitch, miss 2, 1, 2 into the third one, which is the stitch in front of where that join was. You slip it through, 1, 2, 3, then you miss the next 2, 1, 2 into the next one, slip that stitch, 3 chain, and repeat that all the way around the row. And I will meet you at the end of that row. And I'm at the end of this round, and we have 1, 2 spaces, and I go into the same space that I started with to make the last stitch. Just slip it through, slip stitch, 1 stitch, and this time leave quite a long length there because you're going to sew that bit in. And so that's Christmas coaster, and I hope you enjoyed that little tutorial. So give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll show you if I do any other ones. But afterwards you only need to stitch those the bits in at the back, and then you have exactly the same as that one there. So bye for now.